Welcome back. Fundraising can be lonely, with seemingly endless to-do lists. This podcast isn't about best practices or trends. It's about the deeper wisdom of the beautiful space where generosity occurs. A weekly 5-minute reflection to ground you for the week ahead. Subscribe today. And if you like this podcast, please leave a review in your favorite podcast app. This week, I had 2 interesting conversations about economic resources and generosity. In one setting, I was asked whether nonprofits should avoid asking those who have less financial resources to give. This conversation came up in the context of asking each board member to give, also known as 100% board giving. The other setting, while making an ask, one of the leaders stated that they knew some people would be unable to give. The through line in both of these settings was the assumption that a person could be too poor to give. This reminded me of a story in the Christian Bible. This week I'm reading from 2 Corinthians by St. Paul. He was writing to a group of wealthy individuals about the generosity of those in extreme poverty to help others facing a famine. Quote, "Though they have been going through much trouble and hard times, they have mixed their wonderful joy with their deep poverty, and the result has been an overflow of giving to others. They gave not only what they could afford, but far more. And I can testify that they did it because they wanted to, and not because of any nagging on my part. They begged us to take the money so that they could share in the joy of helping the Christians in Jerusalem who are facing famine. They were so enthusiastic about it that we have urged Titus, who encouraged your giving in the first place, to visit you, those who are wealthy, and encourage you to complete your share in this ministry of giving. Now I want you to be leaders also in the spirit of cheerful giving. Right now, you have plenty, and you can help them. Then at some other time, they can share with you when you need it. In this way, each will have as much as he needs. Do you remember what the scriptures say about this? He that gathered much had nothing left over, and he that gathered little had enough. So you should also share with those in need." Unquote. Over the years, I have talked to over hundreds of boards about 100% board giving. Some of these boards require those with lived experience in poverty situations to be on the board. On those boards, there is often a discussion about not asking those with lived experience to give. Yet, when those with lived experience in poverty and are currently poor are given the opportunity to give, they do. They have great joy in being empowered to participate in the generosity of the board. In fact, I have yet to encounter one board member in extreme poverty who has not given. When the other board members observe this generosity out of poverty, they are challenged to give joyfully as well. Let's reflect on 2 questions this week. Is there a volunteer or board member that you have deemed too poor to give the opportunity to donate? And how can you empower all people, regardless of their economic situation, to give joyfully? Share this podcast if you enjoy these 5-minute reflections, and subscribe to receive these reflections released every Monday. To explore fundraising coaching deeper, visit servingnonprofits.com. See you next week.